Premier League matches of the week. Correctly predicted Liverpool to win the league against Leicester City today. We have Arsenal against Chelsea next week. I'm going to go with Arsenal to pick up the first win under the managerialship of Mikel Arteta against Frank Lampard and Chelsea. Chelsea to remain at 32 points, and it is Arsenal that is going to pick up all 3 points. They are going to pick up point number 26 against Chelsea to have 6 wins and 5 losses. It's because the gematria of Chelsea equals 26 and 6 wins and 5 losses. So and so happens to be the gematria of Arteta and Lampard, and this is exactly why at the Emirates that I am going to predict Arsenal to win that game. Moving on to Liverpool and Wolves, I'm going to predict Liverpool to lose its first game, sitting at 52 points on top of the table. It's Liverpool that equals 52. Funny how it's Liverpool's simple gematria of 124 and then the Pythagorean gematria of the Wolverhampton Wanderers both equal 124. It just so and so happens to be the case that it is knowledge itself. It's the Masons that rig over the Premier League, and it is Wolves that equals 96. Now, let's go back to Wolves and Liverpool, because the Wolves are a little bit of a nemesis for Liverpool. Wolves defeated Liverpool in the FA Cup in 2019, and they also knocked them out in 2018. Let me try to find that. Wolves knocked Liverpool out of 2 FA Cups. Interesting enough, this is what I remember of the Liverpool Wolves series. Now, as predicted before, I am going with Juventus to knock Liverpool out of the Champions League. And I'm still going to stick with Wolves to be the first team to beat Liverpool this season. I like how it is Juventus and I like how it is Wolves that both have the same Pythagorean gematrias of 24. Wolves would lose to Manchester City, and Wolves is going to lose to Manchester City to have 6 wins and 4 losses. It is because it is Manchester City that equals 64. And this is exactly why Wolves is going to end up losing to Manchester City. 6 wins and 4 losses. Which means that Wolves is going to pick up its 30th points against manager Jurgen Klopp, the team that's going to end a 30-year Premier League title drought. This is exactly why Wolves are going to defeat Liverpool. Now, if Wolves beat Liverpool to have 30 points and they go on to win against Watford, it's worth noting that they could pick up their 33rd points against Watford, because it's Watford that equals 33. So that looks even more favorable that Wolves is going to go pick up the win over at Anfield. And let's head over to manager Jurgen Klopp and his win-loss record with the Reds. Before I get to that, Liverpool began the season against Norwich City. They defeated them 4-1. It was on a date of 9-8. The amount of time from that date to December the 28th just so and so happens to be 141 days. And now, if Liverpool loses its first Premier League game to Wolves and they end up losing the Champions League to Juventus, then that ends up being a really big foreshadowing clue for what's going to happen, because it is Juventus FC that equals 141. Now let's connect December the 28th with the day of the second leg in the semifinals if Juventus were to face off into defeat Liverpool over at Anfield. So let me go to that quickly. This happens to be 131 days. It is the same gematria as championship. Now, Liverpool already won the league as we speak. They have won the Premier League. Liverpool. Let's take a look at Sheffield. Let's see if Sheffield is going to tell us more about the result of this game. Liverpool's next team that they play after Wolves is Sheffield. It's Sheffield that equals 74. And if Wolves were to win, they could have a 7-4 record. Because let's face it, they are going to lose to Manchester City. Sheffield United and Georgian both have the same gematria. Sheffield United has gematria of 56, so for certain Liverpool are not gonna pick up all 6 points in their next 2 games. So if I end up being wrong about the win, then the game is probably gonna end in a draw. So that is really what the goal spread is all about for Wolves and Liverpool. Now let's go to Jurgen Klopp and his win-loss record. 39 losses as it stands right now. And that happens to be the gematria of drought. His win-loss percentage would be right at 52 if he were to lose the next game. Playing for win number 144 without having lost a game in the Premier League this year. I think this is going to be a scripted tribute by the numbers by the occult that Reagan script the world of professional sports. Now let's go to Nuno of Wolves. Nuno Esperito Santo is win-loss record. That would be win number 71. And as it stands, he would enter that game against Liverpool with 61 draws and losses, and it's Liverpool FC that has gematria of 61. The spelling is off here, but you get the general point. Now let's type Liverpool Football Club all the way and see what significance this is going to bring these two teams for the upcoming game. I'm going with Wolves. They're going to get the job done. I mean, this is where the possibility of the draw is coming into play. That if Nuno were to have his 34th draw against the Reds, that's where that reference is coming from. So Wolves on the goal spread is for sure. But I am also going to go with the loss for Liverpool, trying to chase the invincible record. Or is it going to be someone else? Or is it going to be Manchester United? Do we have to go back here? And do we have to go back from the time span of the beginning of the season to January the 19th? Are we going to have to run the numbers with that? Are we going to have to run the date duration with that? I'm going with the result for Wolves either way. I'm going with the Wolves victory. And that's going to stay that way. Arsenal and Chelsea's are really easy to call. It's really easy to see that. The first win for Arteta against Chelsea is a certainty. And Wolves got to get the job done here. And let me type in Nuno Esperito Santo. Nuno's gematria of 19. It would be the 19th game for Liverpool. Nuno Espirito Santo. Or Nuno Santo. It's Nuno Santo that equals 133 and 34, and it is Liverpool FC that has gematria of 133. We know Wolves are going to get a result here. But I'm going to go with the win versus the draw. The draw can certainly happen here. But I am going with the victory for Wolves against the Reds.